Hi, it's Sean Havens with the Benefit Haven. Wanted to go over a video with you that is about knowing your numbers and the essential aspect of knowing your numbers as an insurance agent for your success. So usually at the beginning of the year or the end of a previous year, you put together your goals, right? And your mission, your vision board, and you have it set up in your cubicle or your workspace, and you want to hit those extravagant goals. We want to make six figures. We want to have the freedom. We want to go on trips. We want to buy new cars, new houses, all this kind of stuff, which is great. You want to have goals. You want to have big goals. You want to have stretch goals, all that kind of stuff. So it all comes down to knowing your numbers. What are your numbers? Because if you can put a goal at 100,000 that you want to make for 1 year, or 200,000, whatever it is. But if you don't put in place how to get there, then you're never going to get there. You have to know what to do every day, every week, to be able to hit those numbers and hit those goals at the end of the year or the end of the month, whatever it is. So I want to go over knowing your numbers. Successful agents know what their numbers are. They understand what they need to do every day to hit those numbers and to hit those short-term goals. So ultimately, the long-term goals you hit, and those could be usually a year when you set them from year to year. All right, so let's break it down a little bit. So let's say you have a goal of making six figures as an agent. I would consider that to be a successful agent, right? So you put that in your workspace. I want to hit six figures this year. I want to buy a new house. You have a vision board up there. And everything's great. You have that sitting there. But now you want to figure out, okay, let me break that down even further and talk about how what you need to do every day, what you need to do every week, and knowing the numbers that you need to hit. So how does this really work in the day-to-day activity? So let's say, for example, you're going to get on the phone and you need to make a certain amount of appointments, right? So you know that you have to get to 15 to 20 appointments a week so that you can see 10 to 15 and write the amount of business you want to write, okay? So let's look at that. So we know we need 15 to 20. So if we just go round numbers, say 15 appointments, we know how many appointments do we need to get per call day. How many calls do we need to make on that call day? How many contacts do we need to get to how many appointments we're going to get? And then how many appointments do we have? What is our show rate? So how many appointments do you need to have? How many interviews do you get from those appointments? And then how many conversions do you have from interviews to sales? So all these things are knowing your numbers. So the idea is it doesn't matter if it's 10% in the beginning. So you have to contact 10 people to get one appointment. And then you have to go on 10 appointments to have one sale. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. They're your numbers. You can always get them better, but you have to know your numbers to know how you hit the goal. So let's say every sale you have, it's $500. Okay, so you need to be at $8,000 a month to hit 96,000, or close enough to 100,000, right? So to break that down, if I need to make $8,000 a month, then I need to make $2,000 a week. That means I need 4 sales a week. So if I'm going to have X amount of appointments, let's say it's 20% close ratio. So I need to see at least 10 people, right, to have 2 sales, or I need to see 20 people to have 4 sales. Well, in your situation, having a 20% close ratio, you need to see 20 people to get 4 sales to make $2,000 a week, which is $8,000 a month, right? So you may not have thought about it like this. It's just, I want to make $100,000 a year. And I don't know if you think that just saying that puts it into action, or that you're going to hit it by just putting that as a goal, but you actually have to break those numbers down so you can see. Because I don't know if you're expecting to have a big annuity or a big life insurance case, to hit those numbers, but that's usually not how it works. You can get there, and usually the harder you work, the more those kinds of things happen, but it's not something to rely on heavily for your 6 figures. You need to do the day-to-day. So again, if you're at a 20% close ratio, you need to have 20 appointments a week, and you need to write 4 applications to make $2,000 a week, $8,000 a month, $100,000 a year. So that would be your numbers. Now I'm just giving examples, but figure out what your numbers are. How do you figure those out? Well, you have to tally, or you have to track your calls. Track your calls made, track your contacts that you get, and then the appointments that you get off those contacts. And then when you're in the field, you need to track the appointments that you have, the interviews you get into. So those are sit-down interviews, and then the conversion from interviews to sales. Once you track that for about a month, you'll be able to know what your numbers are, and then you put those down. So not every time you go in to make calls or do your prospecting, you know exactly what you need to do to get the appointments you need to get. When you go out in the field, you know exactly the amount of appointments you need to have to get the interviews, to get the sales. So knowing your numbers is imperative as an agent to hitting your goals. You have to be able to do that. And then on top of that, what you do next is you work to increase your numbers or better your numbers. By doing this amount of contacts and this amount of appointments, you're going to better your numbers already, because you're going to run into a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different situations that are going to make you better automatically. However, you do want to make sure that you're watching content, you're doing the product, you're doing the sales trainings, all that stuff to get your conversion ratio better. Because then you can move to a 30%, and now your income goes up. You have 30% close ratio. Now your income goes up 50%. So that's how it works. And now you're going from making 100,000 to 150,000 by doing nothing else but just being better at what you do. Okay, the day to day. So have your goals set. I think it's really important. Have your goal, have your stretch goal. Okay, and then you want to have your vision boards. What do you want to do with that money? Because money is money. What it's going to do for you is important. Okay, that's just like all the products that we sell. It's not about the products, it's about what those products are going to do. Your goals and the money you're going to make, it's not about the money, it's about what that money is going to do for you, right? That's what drives you ultimately. So, that's what you want to make sure of. Setting your goals, setting your vision board side by side, so you know the money you want to make and what you want to do with it, how it's going to benefit you. And then break down the numbers to know exactly what you need to do to get there. And that's knowing your numbers. That's how you become a successful agent. Not shooting from the hip, but actually having a plan and a system to getting to where you want to go. Hey guys, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure you're subscribing down below and hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. It's providing you value. Any comments, we'd love to answer. I'd like to see how you're doing and the goals that you're setting out to make this year. And I'd like to go back and forth and really kind of see how you're doing. And if you go to thebenefithaven.com, make sure to sign up for the Mentor Haven course or membership and be part of the insurance community. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to have your feedback in there. It's a really good place to get fulfillment, helping other agents. They help you. I'm in there answering questions, so make sure you go there and sign up for that. And hopefully we'll see you there.